What's up, everybody? My name is Vince. Welcome to the channel. Today's video, we're giving you what you want. The very cool gang has requested this tool in particular for months, for years. Well, maybe not years, but it's been a long time that you've been requesting this tool appear on the channel. Here's the deal. It's got fantastical specifications. It's part of an expanding tool line. I gotta tell you, there's a long and complex tale to be told. And we're gonna get to it right after this message from our sponsor, BCG Construction. Anybody that's been here for a while will know that this has already been on the channel. I believe we might have done an unboxing before. I'm gonna tell you what happened. It's a pretty interesting story, but before I do that, let's go over the specs and why we brought this onto the channel to begin with some time ago. This is KOBALT's one-handed recip saw. It's product number 0961861. It has a lightweight and ergonomic body for one-handed operation. It's got a brushless motor. It's got a built-in LED. It's got a toolless blade change, and it's got a variable speed trigger. With that variable speed trigger, you can go from anywhere between 0 and 3,000 strokes per minute. When it comes to one-handed recip saws, 3,000 strokes per minute is class leading. Also, it's designed for low vibration, max run time of 3.5 times longer to, I don't know, what's it say here? Using KOBALT 24V 5 amp hour lithium ion battery versus KOBALT 18 volt 1.3 amp hour lithium ion battery. With a larger battery, you could have more runtime. It also says max motor life up to 10 times more compared to KOBALT brush motors. For some of you asking, I know it comes up every time we do a video about KOBALT and their 24 volt max battery platform. Here's the deal. You want to know how to compare apples to apples when it comes to the batteries. When you see tool manufacturers that list, their battery platform 20 volt max, those tools are also 18 volt nominal. So when comparing 18 volt to 20 volt tools, they're the same voltage batteries. KOBALT is different. They have a 24 volt max platform, which means they are 4 volts more than a 20 volt max platform. Here's the difference. They have a nominal rating of 21.6 compared to a nominal rating of 18 volts. They have a max rating of 24 volts compared to a max rating of 20 volts. So it's generally 4 volts more when comparing apples to apples. Max nominal voltages. I hope that was helpful. Another unbelievable and amazing specification about this KOBALT one-handed recip saw is the blade stroke length. Some of the most notable tool brands that manufacture reciprocating saws, especially their one-handed reciprocating saws, their blade stroke length is quite a bit shorter. This tool has a 1-inch blade stroke length. Combine that with the 3,000 strokes per minute, you got pretty much a world beater. Dun, dun, dun! That's where the story turns, though. We had this tool on the channel before, and that's why it's been so requested that we revisit this tool, because during a live tool test draw, this tool was dominating its competitor. But you know what they say, you could have a horse that's pulling out ahead, but if that horse hits a divot or something and it breaks its leg, the show might be over, could be over. This was pulling way ahead and there was a malfunction. It went up in smoke. It was shocking to say the least. Matter of fact, I think we might have footage of Nick's face. I'm shocked just looking at his face. He was so shocked. Here's the deal. We reached out to KOBALT to find out what was wrong with the tool. They said that it was, after having their engineers look into it, there was a flaw when they were assembling. It was a lemon. They said that there was a washer or an O-ring. There was double O-rings installed in our unit, and that one came loose, got into the motor or the reciprocating saw assembly, caused it to jam, and caused the motor to go up in smoke and fabulous form. My thing is that, you know, we went down to Lowe's, we picked it up off the shelf, we paid our 99 bucks. What's the likelihood that the one guy that's going to pick it up, pay his money, take it out of the store, is going to put it on a live broadcast and for the world to see? Like, it's bizarre, but it happened. You asked us to retest this tool, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to retest this tool. We're going to unbox this. We're going to see what's in here, and then we're going to go through some of the fasteners to see how it does. We might even try to intentionally jam it up a little bit. What do you think? Leave it down in the comment section below before we even move forward. Do you want to see me try to like pinch the blade, see if I can replicate the situation, see if this thing burns out? I want to know what you want to see. Also, while you're down there leaving your comment, hit the like button. It's free for you to do, and it helps out the channel immensely. We appreciate it. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. All right, so we're going to open this thing up. We have our instruction manual. Read this because it's important for you to read it. I'm going to tell you, there's only, oh man, where's my free blade? That's messed up, man. Here's the deal. There's only one flaw with this tool. And, you know, at its price point, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much. I wish that this shoe was articulated or adjusted or whatever. What's the correct word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think it's articulated. We're gonna pop on a 4 amp hour battery. Springs to life. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna install this 6-inch Diablo blade. It's brand new. I gotta tell you, I almost had a tough time finding a brand new blade. I had a whole bunch of used blades. I wanted to give the saw the biggest benefit of the doubt. I will say that this Diablo blade only allows up to 3,100 strokes per minute. This is right at 3,000. So we're gonna be testing limits of this Diablo blade. I gotta tell you, if you like us testing the limits of tools and blades, you can help us out by going on over to vcgconstruction.com/store, picking up merch. You can get stuff like hats, t-shirts, tech shirts. You get merch, and we get help with the channel. We really appreciate it. We're gonna start with the easiest of all fasteners to cut, and that would be framing nails. Nails, they're the easiest to cut. Not too much fanfare. Okay, let's cut through multiple. We have 5 here. Let's see how the saw does. I'm gonna come from this direction, okay? And although this is a single-handed saw, I'm gonna throw my hand up on here. I mean, not much to do, and plenty of life left in the blade itself. No teethus is knocked off. Let's step it up to something a little bit tougher. Let's move into structural screws. They're not as soft as a nail. They're a little bit harder, but not nearly as hard as a drywall screw. No big deal. I really wanted to start to simulate the conditions of tool test raw. A lot of times we're putting massive amounts of force onto the tools, and I don't want to take it easy on this thing. I kind of want to just give it the gusto. Over here we have 2 1/4-inch lags. Okay, these are kind of in the same realm with the structural screw, but you're just bigger. Let's cut a single, see how it does. We've been using KOBALT's 4 amp hour, their standard 1860-50 cell equipped batteries. I want to step it up, see if we get a little more power out of their new ultimate output 4 amp hour battery. You hear that? Let me know if you could hear the audible difference in the comment section below. And here's the deal. When this tool failed last time, it was during the lag portion of the testing. That's why I want to see, after cutting that single, is there any heat buildup? Around 73 degrees here in the motor department, a cool 69, 70 degrees. When we come down to the switch, we're at 73, 76 degrees. And where I'm grasping on into the tool in this area. Now, if that's, I don't know, that could be a matter of because I'm holding on to the tool with my hand. And then where the battery makes contact, we're at a cool 65 degrees. Now, there's no sense of really going crazy measuring the battery temp because I just put it on for a single cut. Not much to do there. We have this 1/2-inch lag fastener. So here's the deal. With this larger fastener, I'm going to try to duplicate the cutting situation of Tool Test Raw where Nick burned out, the KOBALT. What he did was he started cutting through the lag fastener. He stopped making his cut though, and he stopped the tool. He went to restart the tool, and the blade was wedged, or what seemed to be wedged, in between the fastener itself. And then the tool wouldn't restart. This is the thing though. Although that's his experience and how it happened word for word, we had confirmation from KOBALT that there was an O-ring or some kind of bushing that got caught in the mechani, in the tool. So we're going to try to replicate that, but I don't think that we're going to be able to. I mean, now here's the deal. I could pull back on this to try to jam it up. It's bouncing the 6x6. Do I smell something? That's the smell of performance. A lot of people, you know, when they think of drywall screws, they think like, oh, inexpensive. They're hard as a coffin nail, I'll tell you that much. And that's why they eat not only recip saw blades, but like oscillating blades too. They kill oscillating blades. Let's try to cut this baby. Whew. It's a mammoth. I mean, at this point, we could try to cut some wood 2x4 with our KOBALT brushless one-handed recip. I'm gonna push down. Maybe I'm gonna see if I can get it to stall, maybe even smoke. It sure didn't stall, I'll tell you that much. I tell you, the KOBALT one-handed recip is pretty doggone impressive. I mean, the reality is, on paper, it's a mammoth, but it really does a good job. I will tell you, after making these cuts, cutting through this 2x4, it's reinstilled confidence in me in recommending this tool. I think it's worthy of the KOBALT name. And if you think so, smash the like button. Also leave the comment down below. If we were to put this in a tool test raw, who would you want it to compete up against? We want to know. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy. And you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here. See you later.